Reconvene?
Well, we didn't declare recess, so we're still technically in session, I think.
All right.
Correct, Eric?
I guess so.
So anyway, just we will get started on the next phase of our October 22nd, 2020 meeting of the Delaware County Board of Commissioners, and that is our hearing for the Lake of the Woods work that's being done. I'll turn it over to Jen to read the resolutions.
Resolution number 20-939, reconvening of public hearing for consideration of a petition from Lake of the Woods Water Company requesting dedication of a 3.136 acre segment of Duncan Glen Drive as a public right-of-way.
So moved.
Second, discussion, vote.
Vote on motion 20-939. Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Mrs. Lewis has recused herself from this item. Mr. Benton?
Aye.
Resolution number 20-940, in the matter of approving for a special occurrence, specific suspension of Rule 3, speaker registration, Rule 4, limitations, and Rule 7, public comment procedures from the rules governing public comment before the Board of Commissioners of Delaware County.
So moved.
Second, discussion, vote.
Vote on motion 20-940. Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Mr. Benton?
Aye. Okay, so the hearing is open. This is actually reconvened. It's not technically open, it was opened earlier. Reconvened. Again, it is Thursday, October 22nd, 2020. We have our commissioner's attorney here with us to advise us on any legal issues that come up. It's Eric Hostetler. He's here. As Clerk Walraven mentioned, Commissioner Barbara Lewis is recusing herself since she does live in the neighborhood. So we will proceed with this hearing. I will go over the notes for what we'll do today. The hearing is a proposed dedication of a 3.136 acre segment of Duncan Glens Drive as a public right-of-way, again reconvening. Welcome everyone for the consideration of the proposed dedication of a 3.136 acre segment of Duncan's Glen Drive as a public right-of-way for the health, safety, and well-being of county residents in response to the continued threat of COVID-19 and in accordance with orders of the Ohio Director of Health. Public participation in this hearing will be by virtual means. We have held a few of these virtual hearings. Sometimes there are technical issues, and this may be new for you. So we ask for your patience as we work our way together through this hearing. Currently, we are muting all participants on the Zoom platform and ask that you please stay muted until we identify you. For those of you who have participated in these previously, you'll remember probably sometimes there are significant static and audio interference, which makes the meeting not go well. So anyway, please stay muted unless you're speaking. Here is an overview of what will happen today. We will hear an update from the county engineer and questions from the Board of Commissioners. After questions will be the time for testimony, and that's the people on the call who are participating in the meeting. During testimony, you will be asked to take an oath. When it is time to offer testimony, we will work our way through the participants on the Zoom platform and call. You may at first be identified by your phone number as the participant who is up next to offer testimony. Your line or connection will be unmuted and you'll be asked to identify yourself. And if you wish to testify, if you are part of the Zoom virtual hearing, you're not required to testify, but you may choose to do so when asked. Again, you don't have to testify, but if you do want to testify, we'll make it ask you to take an oath. Typically, we hear from all those in favor and then all those against, but this might not work in this virtual situation. So please confirm if you are in favor or against the proposed dedication. Testimony will continue if new information comes up or additional people wish to speak. After testimony, the board may close the public hearing or the board may continue the hearing to another date. So with that, we will open it up to Mr. Rob Riley from the County Engineer's Office, who's going to address the commission.
Okay, good morning. Rob Riley, Chief Deputy Engineer with Delaware County Engineer's Office. Doug Riedel has been from our office has been the point person on this project. Unfortunately, was unable to be here today, so I'm filling in for Doug. I'm aware that Doug has been working with the Lake of the Woods HOA on this matter. My understanding from Doug is that the HOA has been working to get a contractor to do the necessary work that would bring the road up to the required standards, as well as looking at the additional potential right-of-way that would be needed near a couple of different culverts for the ongoing maintenance of those culverts. I know a lot of work has been done so far in terms of inspecting storm sewer system, the culverts. So Doug has been working with the HOA on that. At this point, we are recommending to continue the hearing until next summer. That would give time to the HOA to complete the required work to bring the road up to public road standards, secure any additional right-of-way. Should there be a need to assess any portion of that work, basically if any of that work needs to be done by a contractor, that would give time to actually complete that work next summer before the weather sets in. And then we can proceed after that as the schedule allows.
So some construction work has been done at this point?
I don't believe so. Most of the legwork in terms of the inspection of the existing systems, and then my understanding is the coordination with the contractor has taken place. So maybe perhaps the HOA can give an update where they're at right now.
Just a couple of comments. We were at the viewing, and after the viewing, it seemed reasonable that this road would be appropriate to make a public road. Obviously, it's important to the taxpayers in the county that be brought up to standards financially, so there's no responsibility on the part of the taxpayers throughout the county, and that's the purpose for the continuation, for that to occur. So my understanding is we're looking at option one, the presentation, and of course, the county engineer's office will be overseeing it to make sure that work is all done properly.
Yes.
Okay. So I guess we're going to, any comments?
I think we have to open it up for comments. Eric, is that correct? Okay. So after, obviously, we've heard from the county engineer's office and appreciate that insight. And I don't have any further questions of the engineer. Commissioner Merrill doesn't either. So with that, I think what we'll do next is open it up to the people who are on the call. Again, just a reminder, we will unmute you and ask that you, actually, sometimes you need to unmute yourself too. You could be self-muted, so be aware of that. Secondly, you are not required to testify, but we want to give you an opportunity to. And if you do want to testify, then we will ask you to take an oath. So with that, we'll go through to the first one. How many do we have on the call?
11.
So we have 11 people who have dialed in.
One might be a double, so we'll find out.
One might be doubled. Okay.
Beth Newland.
Beth Newland?
Beth.
Bev Newland? Okay, if there's a Bev Newland, your phone has been unmuted if you wanted to speak.
Yes, I'm here to observe. I appreciate what you're doing.
Okay, thank you. We'll move on to the next one then, Sarah.
C. Maine.
C,
C.
Maine. C, Maine. Next, C, Maine.
I'd like to reserve to come back for comments later if necessary.
Okay, so no testimony right now.
Right, correct.
Okay, thank you. We'll go on to the next one.
Jim Lewis.
Jim Lewis.
Yes, good morning, Commissioners. I would like to speak.
Okay, let me read you the oath, please. Do you solemnly swear the testimony you're about to give is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
Okay, you may proceed.
Thank you very much, Commissioners. I'm a member of the Duncan's Glen Road Committee, and I just wanted to begin by thanking the county engineer for the terrific cooperation we've received, especially from Doug Riedel, not just cooperation, but guidance. So we really appreciate it. We are just about ready to start our culvert repair work and our paving. And we were unable to raise all the funds we needed to complete the project because toward the last of our preparation, the engineer discovered that our culverts required a great deal more work than we had anticipated, maybe $20,000 more. So we are well underway now. We'll have the new pavement on and most all of the culverts repaired here in the next couple of weeks. And the other things we need to do, I won't get into now, but we'll certainly get them done in time for the next hearing. At least I hope so. And we do concur with the engineer's request and recommendation to continue the hearing. That's really all I have.
Okay, all right, very good. Any questions for, okay, thank you, Mr. Lewis. We'll move on to the next one then.
Mary Ann O'Neill.
Mary Ann O'Neill. Mary Ann O'Neill, please. Mary Ann O'Neill.
I don't have any thing to say.
Okay, all right. Again, no requirement to testify. We just want to give you an opportunity. Thank you. We'll move on to the next one.
Paul Wise.
Paul Wise, Genoa Township trustee. I think that's the same Paul Wise.
Hello,
Administrator, yes. Paul, go ahead.
yes, Commissioners, Paul Wise here, the administrator. I did drive the road today, and I do concur with Mr. Lewis and Mr. Riley that not much on the road improvements have been completed. All the township asks that when everything is completed, that the commissioners do consider that question then. But as of right now, I do agree that this needs to be continued on behalf of the township. That's all.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Wise. Next,
Tom's iPhone.
Tom's iPhone. I don't know if the iPhone is your last name or not, sir, but it's probably not. I'm guessing that's how you're dialing in. Tom's iPhone.
It's probably Tom Stickrath, President of the Lake of the Woods Water Company. Nothing to add on top of what Mr. Lewis said. Just thank you, commissioners, and thank you, engineer's office.
Okay, thank you, sir. Next one.
It's a phone number.
We have a phone number,
614
614-579-1568.
1568.
Okay. Yeah, again, sometimes people, when they dial in, don't identify by name, just their phone number. So if that number is you, please let us know whether you want to testify or not. Let's try it one more time, Sarah. 614 579 1568. Okay, last chance. All right, we'll move on to the next one. Sarah?
This is the call-in user.
Okay. This one is identified by call-in user, and I doubt that call-in is the first name and user is the last name. But that's how it's identified in this case. So if that is you, please speak up.
Hello, that's me. My name is Tammy Denby, and no testimony.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much. We'll move on to the next one then, Sarah. Last one.
Bruce Harlan.
Bruce Harlan. Okay, Mr. Bruce Harlan. Mr. Bruce Harlan. Okay, last chance, Mr. Bruce Harlan. All right, again, no requirement to testify. Just want to give you an opportunity. Okay, so that's it for all the, okay.
There was that one that said she wanted to reserve comment. I don't know if she wants to make.
Yeah, I don't know if anybody has any additional comments at this point. The testimony's been pretty brief.
Sure.
Yeah, unmute everyone, I guess, one last chance. Okay, everyone is unmuted. And no, okay. So again, just want to give everybody plenty of opportunity to testify if they wish to. So with that, we will now mute everyone again and proceed with the next step on this project. And Commissioner Merrill.
Yeah, everything I've heard today supports the project and moving forward, and it'd be my recommendation that we have the clerk read the motion to continue.
Yeah, I agree. I think that makes a lot of sense. Do we need a date certain in the motion? Okay, you could establish that.
Resolution number 20-941, in the matter of continuing the public hearing for consideration of a petition from Lake of the Woods Water Company requesting dedication of a 3.13C acre tract of Duncan Glens Drive as a public right-of-way to Thursday, August 5th, 2021 at 10 a.m. And that will be at 91 North Sandusky Street.
So moved.
All right, I will second that. And any further discussion? I think this is, again, pretty straightforward. We'll move forward and take a vote.
Vote on motion 20-941. Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Mr. Benton?
Aye. Okay, this hearing is continued till August 5th, 2021 at 10 a.m. They will get appropriate notices and updated information and so on. So, okay, with that,
We're now on page 689.
okay, we're back in just the regular session then. And,
Back to let's live stream
okay,
if we can.
okay, sure, we'll take a couple minutes and get the technology reconfigured.